Let's jump right into something that honestly causes more pure panic for off-grid DIYers than pretty much anything else. We're talking about battery dynamics under heavy load. If you've ever stared at your battery management app and watched your cell voltages just scatter everywhere, well, this explainer is absolutely for you.
So you know the exact feeling. We've all been there, right? You're checking your app, the battery cells look perfectly matched, it's beautiful, but then, boom, your massive 24-volt inverter kicks on, and those voltages just instantly separate and scatter. Your brain immediately goes, oh no, is my battery completely ruined? Did the balancing fail? It's terrifying. But hold on, because what you're seeing might actually just be perfectly normal physics.
Because here's the reality of the situation. A battery pack can look perfectly balanced when it's just sitting idle. But the second a heavy load is applied, those individual cell voltages might start drifting apart. You see, what a lot of folks show online, those nicely matched cells sitting near a full charge, that's kind of just half the story. It sets up this totally unrealistic expectation. Today, we're looking at what really happens when you pull serious, heavy power from your pack.
Real quick, just as a baseline before we get into the heavy stuff. Battery balancing, simply put, is the process that makes sure all your series-connected cells stay at similar states of charge. It's what prevents overcharging or starving a single cell. It's basically the foundation of safety before we even think about applying a load. Okay, picture this. Resting state. You've got your cells all sitting pretty at exactly 3.3 volts. They're perfectly symmetrical. And honestly, this is exactly what we all expect to see when we open that BMS app, right? Everything looks balanced, everything looks safe, ready to go. But then, watch what happens when we hit it with a massive DC current. Suddenly, those nice, even levels are just gone. We're looking at 3.2, 3.0, and 3.1 volts. Immediate separation, and of course, immediate panic. But here's the secret you need to take away from this. This separation doesn't automatically mean your balancing has failed. Not at all. That heavy current is literally just magnifying tiny, microscopic differences inside those cells.
So to understand why this happens, we have to talk about resting voltage versus loaded voltage. When a battery is under load, you're not just seeing how much energy is left. You're seeing the chemistry reacting, you're seeing internal resistance losses. Resting voltage, though, that removes all of that current-induced sag, which means, and this is wild, a battery can look totally out of whack during a heavy discharge and then miraculously go back to near-perfect balance just a few minutes after resting.
Let's break down the math real quick. In a typical 24-volt system, you've got 8 cells wired in series. Now, your total battery voltage is just the sum of all 8 of those cells. But, and this is crucial, the current flowing through cell 1 is exactly the same as the current flowing through cell 8. Because that identical current flows through every single cell, it means the absolute weakest link in the chain literally determines the limits for your entire system. And that brings us to the hidden physics of voltage sag, internal resistance. It's just Ohm's law in action. Voltage drop equals current times resistance. You know, even if you buy cells from the exact same manufacturing batch, they're going to have slightly different internal resistances. It's unavoidable. So as your current shoots up under a heavy load, the voltage drop caused by that resistance shoots up too, meaning a cell with slightly higher internal resistance is going to show a bigger voltage drop, even if its actual state of charge is totally identical to the cells right next to it. Actually, the best way to think about this is like runners at a starting line. When they're just standing there at rest, they all look pretty much identical, right? Ready to go. But the exact second that starting gun fires and they start a full speed sprint, which is our heavy DC load, all those tiny little physiological differences make them separate. The longer and harder they sprint, the further apart they get. Now, it doesn't mean the runners in the back are injured or broken. It just means their bodies handle that intense stress slightly differently.
So, how do we actually use this information to diagnose our setups? Well, we don't just stare at a resting battery. We run a 4-step check. First, apply a really high DC current. Second, watch how wide that voltage spread actually gets. Third, and this is the big one, monitor the pack to see if one specific cell is consistently the lowest. And finally, step 4, pull the load off and watch how those voltages recover.
The whole point of this test is figuring out the difference between normal voltage sag and a genuinely weak cell. Expecting your cells to stay perfectly identical under massive load is, frankly, just unrealistic. Normal, healthy cells are going to sag, for sure, but they'll generally move downwards together as a group. A truly weak cell, on the other hand, that one's going to drastically break away from the pack and just dive down all by itself.
And that is absolutely crucial, knowing the real signs of actual cell deterioration. A damaged cell is going to repeatedly drop significantly lower than the rest, no matter what its charge level is.
It's going to trigger premature low voltage alarms. It'll eat into your total capacity, and eventually it'll cause your BMS to just shut the whole system down. Listen, balancing can fix an uneven state of charge, but it literally cannot repair a physically damaged cell that's suffering from capacity loss or major internal resistance issues. Which leads perfectly into a scenario that absolutely drives battery owners up the wall. I like to call it the BMS mystery. Picture this. Your inverter is pulling a massive load, and suddenly, bam, the battery shuts off completely. Everything is dark. But then, maybe a few moments later, for seemingly zero reason at all, the battery wakes back up and everything looks perfectly fine. So, what on earth just happened?
Well, the mystery is solved when you understand voltage recovery. See, when that weak cell hit its absolute undervoltage limit, your battery management system did exactly what it was designed to do. It disconnected the load to protect the battery pack. But the instant that load was removed, that massive current stopped flowing. And remember what we said earlier? No current means no internal resistance voltage drop. So that weak cell's voltage immediately bounced right back up above the safety threshold, which tricked the BMS into turning the whole system back on. It is a classic, textbook sign of a cell struggling under load, not a balancing issue.
Now hold on, before you go ripping out and condemning a cell, you've got to watch out for false symptoms. Things like loose hardware, corrosion, undersized wires, or just poor contact surfaces. These can all generate a ton of heat and added resistance. And that connection resistance creates a voltage loss that perfectly mimics a bad cell. It's a total fakeout. Plus, that excessive heat is going to age your battery much faster. That's exactly why grabbing a thermal camera and physically inspecting all your connections is an absolute must before you start replacing really expensive components.
I do have to point out, though, doing this kind of high current testing is super revealing, but it is not without serious risks. A 24-volt lithium system holds a massive amount of energy potential. If you short a circuit while testing, you are looking at extremely high fault currents. We are talking very real arc flash hazards, severe burn risks, and fire hazards if you've got loose bus bars. So please always use insulated tools, take off any metal rings or jewelry, and just treat these setups with the absolute utmost respect. Safety first, always.
And that wraps up our deep dive into battery dynamics. Understanding this hidden physics, really grasping why those voltages drift and how internal resistance plays its part, that is the absolute key to confidently maintaining any off-grid system. So I'm going to leave you with this. Have you actually checked your cell voltages under a heavy load recently? Take what we went over in this explainer, go see how your cells behave when the real pressure is on, and you will know exactly what is happening inside your battery bank. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep on learning.